Hello everyone, welcome to Sam's Math Tutorials. This is SAT Math Study Guide. It's the math practice for linear equations. So we're going to be talking in this video about slope-intercept form, how to graph linear equations using that, and about slope and the y-intercept. So let's go, let's get started here. All right, so slope-intercept form, that is our first topic for the day. And this is the form that will provide you with a linear equation. And a linear equation is just a straight line. It's not curved, it's just straight. So the slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. The m is the slope. And you might be asking, what is slope? Well, slope is the rise over the run. That's all you need to remember for right now. Just remember that slope is the rise over the run, and b is the y-intercept. What's the y-intercept? All it is it's the place where the line, the linear equation in slope-intercept form, crosses the y-axis. So for instance, in this graph in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, if there is a linear equation that looks like that, and it crosses at the coordinate 0, 3, then the y-intercept, the b of the slope-intercept form, would be equal to 3. All right, so there's your slope, and there's your y-intercept. Now let's look at slope in greater detail. So when you are asked to plot a linear equation in slope-intercept form, the first thing you're going to do is you are going to plot the y-intercept. So as we see down here, this is our equation, y equals 2x plus 1. B is the y-intercept, so we know that b is equal to 1. So as you see, I plotted the y-intercept right there. And then the second step is we're going to plot the slope starting at the y-intercept. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at 1 on the y-axis, so right there where the arrow is pointing. We're going to go up to, because rise over run, right? So m is equal to 2, which is equal to 2 over 1. So we're going to rise 2 on the y-axis, 1, 2, and go over 1 on the x-axis, 1. So then we get that point right there. Then we're going to go up 2, 1, 2, and over 1, and then we get that point right there. And then we can go back to the middle point on the y-intercept, and we can turn this this 2 over 1 into negative 2 over negative 1 to go below the x-axis, because negative 2 over negative 1 is equal to 2. So we can do that. So we're going to go down 2, 1, 2, and over to the left 1, 1. Then we get that, and then we're just going to keep on doing that until we get this line. So there you have it. That's how you're going to plot a linear equation in slope-intercept form. All right, let's go to the next page. Here's some important slope facts that you need to know. Whenever you see a horizontal linear equation that's parallel to the x-axis, the slope of that line is always going to be 0, no matter what. That's just a fact you have to remember. Here's another fact that you need to know. A vertical line, so any line in your linear equation that is parallel to the y-axis, the slope of that line is going to be undefined. And these two things exist because for the horizontal line, there's no rise. It's just run. And then for the vertical line, there's only rise. There's no run. So for like the horizontal line, that makes it 0 over 1, so it's 0. And the vertical line, since there's only rise and no run, that makes it, whatever number it rises divided by 0, and anything divided by 0 is undefined. So that's why those two things exist. And here's two more important slope facts. Whenever you see two parallel lines, both are going to have the equal slope. Okay, just remember that. Two parallel lines equal slope. And then whenever you have two perpendicular lines, the slope of is going to be, so let's say that the slope, I'm just making this up, but the slope of this line is equal to 2/3, and you're supposed to find the slope of that line. it's going to be the negative reciprocal. So it's going to be negative 3 over 2. And let me edit this right here because this is wrong down here. So the negative reciprocal will be negative 3 over 2. So does that make sense? Hopefully it does. And here's a very, very, very important fact. Remember how I said that the slope, the m of the slope-intercept form is equal to the rise over the run? Well, this is what it actually means. It means when you have a graph and there's two different coordinate points on it, you can find the slope of that linear equation graphed. If we have x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2 as coordinate points, then we can say that y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 will give us the slope of the graph. And here's an example of that. So we have the graph that we originally did of y equals 2x plus 1, and we have all of these different coordinate points. So all we have to do is just pick two random ones. So let's see here. I'll pick this one right here because that's really easy. It's 0, 1, because we're not moving on the x-axis. We're just going up 1 to the y-intercept. And then I'll pick this one right above it. So we're going over 1 on the x-axis, and we're going 1, 2, 3 up on the y-axis. So we're going to make y1 equal to 1, y2 equal to 3, x1 equal to 0, and x2 equal to 1. So then we're going to plug this into the equation of y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is going to equal 3 minus 1 divided by 1 minus 0. So the slope is going to be 2 over 1, which is 2. Then we know that the y-intercept is right here. B equals 1. So when we plug the b and the m into the slope-intercept equation, we get that y is equal to 2x plus 1. There you go. That's how you calculate the slope, and then you can use that and the y-intercept to find the slope-intercept form of this graph. All right, so I hope this helped. When we're talking about linear equations and slope-intercept form, I hope this will help you with your SAT prep. Coming up, the next video in the playlist for the SAT Math Study Guide will be how to solve linear equations and slope-intercept form practice problems. So click that video when you're ready. All right, thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.